Now, a new approach to education that could totally change you and your child's future. The U.S. student loan debt is soaring, now nearly $1.5 trillion, and can take decades for people to pay off. Mike Rowe, the former host of Dirty Jobs, wants to change that by focusing on the value of skilled trades instead of pursuing an expensive four-year degree. He's helping students move past the debt, take on in-demand work like Carlin, and you're going to see her story right now.
All right, let's do it.
It's all in a day's work for Carlin McClellan.
Good job.
All right.
Thank you.
But in 2002, Carlin was headed down a different path. She wasn't carrying tools, she was carrying $60,000 in student loan debt, starting a career as a probation officer.
I was told student loan debt is good debt. You'll get a job, you'll pay it off.
Except it would take her 15 years. By the time she was 36, the then stay-at-home mother of two was ready to try something new and more hands-on in the construction field.
I was about 2 weeks into my program when I realized I should have done construction my whole entire life. I didn't even realize that any of these opportunities existed. No one ever talked to me about this path.
My name's Mike Rowe. That's my job.
Someone who is helping to spread the word about skilled trades
It's a dirty job.
is Dirty Jobs host Mike Rowe.
Thank you for helping close the skills gap.
Through his foundation, he's granted over $5 million to help over 1,000 students pursue a technical or vocational education, including Carlin.
I'm applying for your work ethic scholarship program.
Thanks to her scholarship, she graduated with her construction trades degree in 2018.
I wasn't going to go if I couldn't get the funding. It was huge.
Today, Carlin is a licensed contractor with a renewed purpose.
The most amazing thing about this job is you can walk away from a project and go, I built that.
And Mike Rowe, the founder of Mike Rowe Works Foundation, is here now. Give it up for this man. Who knew?
Hi.
Good to see you again.
You said you were going to do it, and you
I
did
know.
it.
We were at a speaking gig together down in Mexico.
Yep.
I heard him talk about this, and I said, you have got to get on. We have to let people know what you're doing.
And I said, oh, no, not that, not TV.
No, really, no. I can't do that. I don't have a voice for TV. Let's talk about Carlin's story and others, because there's so many. She had no idea. She had no idea.
Most people don't. We have 7 million jobs right now that are open. The vast majority don't require a 4-year degree. So there's a ton of opportunity that people don't talk about. What we're talking about instead, unfortunately, is the best path for the most people. It's a cookie cutter approach to how to figure things out. And for the last 40 years, that path has been really simple. Get a 4-year degree, borrow whatever it takes to get it, and then get out into the world and pursue your dream. And what's happened as a result, in my view, is that skills gap has gotten wider. The debt that you just mentioned is now approaching 1.6 trillion, actually. And we're still lending money we don't have to kids who can't pay it back to train them for jobs that don't exist anymore. It's madness when there's so much opportunity around us. So my foundation looks for people who are willing to hit the reset button, retool, learn a skill that's in demand, and get to work.
It's about perception. Because when you talk about trade schools or community college, there's a certain people have a certain impression about that we've got to eliminate.
We're in a binary time right now. Everything is this or that, blue collar or white collar, left or right, right? Everything is framed with kind of a false choice. So your choice isn't college or oblivion. It's not higher education versus alternative education. There's so many ways to go, from apprenticeships to scholarships to fellowships to community college. All of it is equal. So when you promote one form of education at the expense of the others, you create the problem that we're having right now. It's fine to say, it's fine to push college, but you can't push college by saying, if you don't go over here, you're going to wind up with some vocational consolation prize. Carlin proves it's not the case.
It's not a consolation prize at all. Jeffrey Owen, the actor, I spoke with him last year, and remember him? He was from the Cosby Show.
Cosby Show, sure.
Right, and he was trying to be shamed for working at Trader Joe's.
Sure.
And I remember him saying, hey, you know, a job is a job. One may look better on a resume than the other, but a job is a job. There's no such thing as a bad job.
Look, Mike Rowe Works evolved out of Dirty Jobs, and part of the reason it did was because, never mind the fact that it was a hit, that was great, What
You just got to flip that. You just flip that in there.
That's
right?
it.
Yeah.
Hits are easy. That's it. Hits are easy. What freaked people out watching it was the cognitive dissonance that occurs when you see somebody doing something that is supposed to make you miserable, but instead is making you joyful. Dirty Jobbers as a group were having a ball, and people couldn't understand, why is everybody laughing in the sewer? Why is everybody having such a good time doing these jobs that I've been taught will make me sad and unhappy? The reason is because you've been lied to most of your life. And a job is not the proximate cause of your happiness. You are.
Amen. Amen about that. Amen about that. Thank you. You know, Mike, we're often to follow your passion. Follow your passion and find a way to get paid for it. You have a little twist on that.
We all want to be passionate about what we do, but why would we wait until we're doing the magical thing that allows us to be passionate? You don't follow your passion, you bring it with you. And that was one of the big lessons from Dirty Jobbers. You know, these people were passionate about what they were doing, but they didn't sit down and say, okay, what do I have to do to be happy? You know, I need this job, I need this kind of mate, I need to live in this sort of zip code, I need this kind of education. You spend all your life checking boxes that basically give you permission to feel good about the thing you ought to feel good about right now. See, so, you know, these are very basic lessons, but I had become disconnected from...
Really?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I grew up really connected to where my food came from and where my energy came from and all those things. And then you spend 30 years flicking the light, you know, when the light comes on, you flush the toilet and everything goes away and you take it all for granted, right? This is part of the reason why the skills gap is so acute. It's part of the reason why the debt is so high. We have to push back.
And you're doing that with your foundation. Thank you for
Right.
the work that you're doing.
Thanks.
And bringing attention to this. And say hello to your mama. Next, I want to get your mom on the show.
Believe me, my mother comes here, we're all out of a job.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.